Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a Make It Miniverse birthday, and we have the Dino cake today. Is going to look like this in the end. Oh, come on, stop being blurry. And has a few different things to put on it, so let's see what we got here. We have our chocolate frosting, which will be our resin, which is perfect, very thick. Did not mean to dip my finger in that, but perfect test. Okay, let's close that back up. That'll be great too for another project that I need. All right, and next we have our chocolate sponge cake. 1 second, why is this not focusing? Focus, thank you. It is just a cake that we've used before, but you know, chocolate, excellent. I don't know how they make these, but it's pretty cool. Okay, and we have our cake stand, which is fitting the theme. It's wooden, and it comes with a little doily of dinosaur foot. Has a little chunk taken out of it. We have sun-baked sweets. It comes with a little nest with 3 eggs, and it comes with a Bronto. So I'm guessing a Brontosaurus. Let's open this up. This is exciting. I feel like I'm getting, it's not only like a, I don't know, I feel like obviously people would say this is a toy, which yes, it can be classified as a toy, but also it's, I don't know, it's really cool. Let me take this out. I love how they made a little nest. Okay, so the eggs are not attached to the nest. Where'd the 3rd egg go? Down here? Little dino eggs, oh my gosh. And then we have a golden brontosaurus, which is so cool. We're gonna be putting on there. It comes with a spatula that is the same color as the wooden table over there. We have a cake serving cake serving utensil. And then we have a nice long fork. Comes with cake crumbs, which we'll be using to decorate the sides of the cake. And this one is T-Rex. So we have a T-Rex, and then we have some plant foliage. So let's open this one. One more. All right, so we have a little bit of a plant here, which is like plasticky feeling, but it also moves around well. We have a golden T-Rex here, so cute. And if you've seen any of the other video that I've done making the piñata, we got to do chocolate things. Oh, let me see, it's right here. And it comes with Brontosaurus and T-Rex molds and eggs. So we got to make chocolate T-Rexes and Brontosauruses, and it came out really cute. We have another piece of foliage there, and then it comes with a T-Rex. Okay, let's put those to the side. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our cake, pull it out of the packaging, close that, keep that on the side. It does say put it on top of the cake stand there, but you know what? Before we do that, it's going to create a mess. So if you've seen a few of my other videos, I have a new technique. I hope I don't lose the eggs. Hold on. Okay, put that there and put that there. So what I've been doing is taking some sticky notes here and lining my, what do you call this, countertop. If you like this countertop, I have a short video that shows you, it's called Out with the Old and In with the New. I bring out the paper one that used to be on top here, and we replace it with this brand new 3D printed one. And if you like it, you should go watch it. I'll link it below. It comes with all these drawers and things that can open. It's amazing. Okay, so put down a little placemats here like that. We are going to decorate it. Okay, it shows basically decorating it with some swirls around the edges and then some topper. I'm gonna take my trusty dusty bowl over here I've been using, put it over there, move those out of the way, and take a little bit of resin over here. We'll mix it up just a tiny bit, just in case, because it's been sitting a while. I love how they got the colors perfect. It just looks so cool. I love it. Okay, so what you're gonna do, take a little bit of frosting. We're going to put it, which one do I want? You know what, this has a little bit of chunk taken out of it, so we're going to do the edges. Okay, 1 second. Okay, there we go. So this one has a little chunk taken out of the bottom of it. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put some resin over it. And the pictures show basically to make it go up, down, make a little mountain basically. And it's up for interpretation, of course. You can do whatever you want on your own. Just make it look really, you know, as cool as you want. Take the resin, I'm gonna do a little bit of flat area here. I'm gonna make sure the bottom is clear. Okay, and just go kind of up and down areas. It'll be good to have some areas that are lower than others, just to create contrast and make it look like it's supposed to be like mountain range in a way. And take your time, do what you'd like. I think that's gonna look pretty darn good. Oh, don't use too much. You need just enough so that it will look good. Oh, that'll look good, that it will stick well. Okay, so this backside is gonna be a little bit more mountain rangey. And we're gonna go up and then dip down to the littles. Okay, before I set this down, let me take my toothpick here. I'm gonna go around the bottom and at an angle, just to make sure that it is not touching the bottom there. It is a little bit, but that's okay. Set that to the side, and this is why we put, I'm gonna set it down halfway there. Make sure I have paper towel here to wipe my hands. Where did I put the sprinkle? The crumb cakes here, and they're little green crumbs. Go over your bowl, sprinkle at your heart's desire. Hopefully there's enough to do this whole cake, and the crumb cakes are gonna absorb into the chocolate so that they will adhere and it'll look like grass, a little mountain range grass. I love how they're different tones of color as well. And you know what? This is actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. There is some getting on the paper, but it's okay. That's why you set it down. Just gently sprinkle, and it should adhere to all the areas that you put the resin. And usually how this works is the resin will slowly, you know, absorb. It's wet. As you see, it's slowly absorbing into the resin area. I'm going back over it one more time. And the reason I'm using the bowl is that so that it will catch all the excess so I can pour the top after. Do a little tap. I'm gonna put this in the light and we will give it a full cure and I will be right back. Alrighty, so I gave this a full cure and as you see, it looks different, you know, kind of, it's abstract, but whatever. The next step is to, let's see, do the top and do the crumbles on the top as well. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is just do a layer on top to make it look like it's nice and grassy and foliage. And the way that we will stick, use as much as I feel I need, spread it out real good like a frosting. And then we're gonna stick the other things on top with, it says use the brown. You can use the brown if you only have the brown, but we're gonna use the clear, is not gonna show and it's gonna look a lot better. I love to do this, just kind of dab it around, make it look like frosting, hold it over your cake, or over your, sorry, this is the cake. Hold it over your dish and sprinkle it over the whole top. And before you cure it, my tip is to let it sink in. Like I said before, the resin is wet, so it will absorb some of the product. And there's still just a little bit left. I ran out, so that's why you have this bowl. I think it works perfect. And move it around just a little bit, tap it in, and then back over the bowl, upside down, tap it off. We're gonna put that back in the light. That looks fantastic. You know what, I want just a little more on the edge here. Okay, I'm gonna put that back in the light, do another cure real quick, and then we'll do the finishing touches. Alrighty, I cleaned up just a little bit. So while that is curing, we are gonna do a few little steps to prep for that, to put the things on top. Okay. So it wants us to glue the 3 eggs in the basket there. And how I would do that normally, take the eggs out. It says use the chocolate resin. And like I said, if you don't have clear, use the chocolate. But the clear is going to look a lot better. This is just kind of straw. So what you're going to do is just pour some in. Excuse me. Pour it right in. The straw is going to absorb a little bit of it. We're gonna take our toothpick, dab it around. And the way that things work kind of with resin, there we go. See, so you let it absorb in and we'll take our eggs, place them where you kind of want them in the thing, 3 dinosaur eggs. And I think it looks cute like that. Squish them down into the resin. Take your spot cure light or put them in the light. We're gonna cure that. The resin is absorbing into the straw, so we're gonna cure it and hope that the eggs, they were touching the clear resin, but hopefully that they stay put. Let's see. All right, yeah, perfect. So they're in there pretty good. And what I'm gonna do, I just got some brand new mini scissors. Thank you, Mom. I'm gonna actually do this over the trash. I'm gonna trim just in a circle right around the, I keep wanting to say bush, but the nest, just because we're going to be putting this on a cake, there needs to be, you know, not too much going on. Okay, so I trimmed it around. Uh-oh, the eggs did not stay as put as I thought they would. Okay, what I'll do, place a little bit of clear right there, right on the eggs, right in the middle. And then you're gonna move them around to where you want them. That one's stuck. These two just didn't want to stick. And I like to make them a little, I want them to look like little eggs. Okay. Since I trimmed it, I'm going to put that in the light as well. Give that a full cure. Sometimes a spot cure only is a spot cure. You do need to do a full cure sometimes. And we will be right back to decorate it all together. Alrighty, so the cake is finished curing. It did a full cure on the eggs and the nest. And then as I put a little bit of clear resin on the bottom there after I trimmed around it, just so everything will stay together. So that's done there. And we have the Brontosaurus and the T-Rex. Come on, stay up. We have the pieces of foliage. Okay, so basically what it wants us to do is put the nest here, the two foliages next to the nest back there, and then we are going to do, it says Brontosaurus over here and T-Rex over here, which there's enough room. Yeah, look at that. That'll be perfect. Okay, so the way we're going to make this work, we're going to do it one at a time. The nest is the most important. It can kind of hang off the back. And I'm using clear resin once again. And the way that clear resin is going to work is clear resin does not, you're not going to be able to penetrate light through something that's not, you know, there. If it's in the way, it's not going to work that well. So I'm putting a little bit of clear resin on the end here and positioning the nest to look very good like that. Put the light up to it. Hopefully we'll cure it in place. Hold it down. And that's why these lights are good too, because they see how the nest wants to just come right apart. Sorry, it's more of a prop. It's more of a prop. Stay there. Okay, perfect. And once again, I'm just going to be using clear through the whole thing. Since the nest is kind of movable, I'm going to put clear resin right there. Stick this foliage under the edge of that. And the only concern I want is it to be on the cake. I just don't like it. I don't want it to be off the cake because it'll look stupid, I think. And we'll cure it down real good. And remember, this is a tack weld, so we're putting everything in place, tack welding it. So what we'll be doing next, perfect. It squirted out just a little bit of clear resin there. Got my toothpick. And if you guide the resin with your toothpick, it will go where you need it to go. Okay, so as it's seeping under the edge there, we'll do another spot cure. And I say this every time, it's why I love the resin. Once you put something in place, it stays in place. So look, now we can move this plant around freely, whoops, and not have to worry about it. So go back to the other side, squirt some resin there. And also the best thing about this too is it's absorbing into the green top because it's coarse. So I'm gonna push this down. It's best too when you push things down if the resin squirts out around it so that it creates a seal. Okay, I'm gonna add just a little tiny drop out front. And this works in our favor because the grass is multicolored. So it doesn't really look that different when it's like wet. And I tell you what, this spot cure light is a game changer. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, put the Brontosaurus on. Let's gauge where it's gonna go. And it's okay if the Brontosaurus's tail sticks off just a tiny bit because I want it to be able to have enough room for the T-Rex to look good too. I'm just gonna do a little dab of 4 square, stick the Brontosaurus where we want it. And like I said, it's okay if its tail sticks off just a little bit, and then cure it in place. And perfect. All right, let's put the T-Rex on. And this just goes to show that everything can be easier than you think it is. Like, I thought this was gonna be a little tedious and it was gonna take a long time. The T-Rex on the thing is kind of facing that like that. So we're gonna have to put a dab on and then hold it in place. Okay, it's a little stubby there with the rubble, so add a little more than you think. And before I cure it, let me just make sure that looks good. Let's see, I want him maybe a little farther back, and I want him standing up like that. Okay, and we'll cure him in place. This is how you get things to look exactly how you want them. Now look at that. That looks like the cutest cake I've ever seen. Let's put it on our little cake stand here. We have a dinosaur cake for our party. We have the T-Rex pinata out back there. Let's do a little spin. I think that looks amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna put this in the light, give it a full cure, and we are going to do a final product shot. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.